So these are the E's. They don't have the end like the D's do. So the D's have these. That should be wide enough for a fairly large gas tank. So let's go 8 inches on these. Yes. Slide over an end from another maybe E and make a motor mount. So I want to save 3 of these. So I can go top motor mount, swing arm, and the bottom motor mount. These D's and the ends off of these E's merge so that we have an 8-inch section. Almost. All right, there's one snap. Let's cut that one. So I'm gonna go 4 1/4 on that one because it cut it a little less, I guess, because of the thickness of the blade. So now we're gonna go put these in the vise and clean those off. Fits the way we envisioned it. These little spacers will add a little bit, so this will actually be about 8 1/2, and then we'll do the motor mounts next. I don't want to do any side bracing on here until I have the engine on. That's good. One of these little washers here are going to give it another 1/8 of an inch. So I almost want to cut it right at 14 1/2 because I'll probably lose a little bit based on the cut. And so between these washers and the cut, it should put us at the distance we need. So if that adds about an 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4 of an inch, I think even if I cut it a little bit less than 14 1/2 will be okay. We're going to need at least 2 more of these. So that means I'm gonna have to open that second box. So it's good that I got a second box. And then we'll cut that end off, and then we'll slide that one over. And then we'll be able to bolt both ends. So I'm gonna trim this piece down. Looks like I'll probably have to trim it down the size of one of these. So let's go 1/4 of an inch. Actually, I'm going to take it right up to that hole. Alright, so on this, I'm going to cut this one here. Alright, that's perfect. Good. Let me make sure again. Let's see. So I took one of these white washers and I wedged it between one of the motor mounts, the one I'm going to use, so that I can bring this on the other side with the marker and then mark the location. And that should help me center up the hole. Centered up. So we'll drill that one there. Let's make sure we're centered up there. All right, that looks pretty good. So we'll edge it up with one of those other washers to indicate where I need to drill at. I'm going to do this on each side, and then I'll move that up. Match it up, center it up. Now that should help us know exactly where to drill, or close estimate of where to drill on the other side. So if we're not exactly centered up, we can center it up with that. And drill out that 5/16. Now that snap has stayed in so far.
Line up.
Yeah, good. That's where the swing arm's going to go. That's a 5/16 bolt. These other ones are quarters. So now we can go ahead. I'm just going to grind off some of the little spurs there, and then we'll go ahead and get that bolted on. That positioned. Good fit there. So I'm not going to tighten these down yet. That into place. Good. That's a tight fit too. There we go. See, that one didn't move. I don't think I can do this with a drill without it getting stuck on there. So I'm just going to take the carbide bit and cut it out on the inside. Almost there. There we go. That looks good. Get this lined up so I can force that 5/16 bolt through there. All right, we may just do this as we go. I think we're in there. There we go. On each side of that, so we'll do a swing arm there and a swing arm there. Let's run these bolts down. All right, that's a pretty tight fit.